what you've got to do, and even louder. It was great in the second half, so just keep that energy up. A couple of words about Color War. Where did it come from? And I hate to tell you how many years ago it was. Anybody figure out how many years 1956 was? I think it's 56 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we had a camp director, his third-year camp director, and he decided that something exciting has to happen in camp toward the end of camp. And so he called, I was a Warrior unit leader that year, and he asked me, and Don Ferry was the Waukegan unit leader that year, and he asked us to come up to his cabin and talk. And that was when we first heard about something he called Color War. And it was the biggest secret. Nobody in camp knew anything about it. And we pulled it off. I mean, the first Color War was great. I hate to tell you it ended in a tie, but, you know, maybe that's the way the Lord wanted things to happen. I will tell you my exciting thing, and I think that they still started off with a wrestling match with a hatchet.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. This is the first wrestling match. Don Ferry had just come back from 3 years in the Air Force station in Japan, okay, where he learned jiu-jitsu. And I knew that. And I knew that once I put my hands on that hatchet and we're going to start this little match, there's no way that I'm not going to get tossed around. And so the mindset basically was, if he's going to toss me, then toss me. And people later told me they didn't know how I hung on to the hatchet. I mean, all I can tell you is my mindset was hold on to the hatchet no matter what he does to me. And there came a point where I felt that he had lost his grip. So I tugged, okay, and I had it, and I stood up. And that was the first hatchet war. And I still don't know how it happened, because he should have beaten me. Don Ferry was an incredible guy, and you may have heard he passed away a couple of weeks ago. When I was a camper and I played softball on the senior team, he was my coach. And 3 years later, when I became the Warrior Unit Director, I wanted to coach the senior team and arrived at camp and found that Don Ferry was back from the Air Force, back from Japan. And I was thrilled to be his assistant coach and to work with him. And he's just a terrific guy, terrific unit leader, a terrific Mohawk chief. And I hope they've dedicated this Color War to Don. And I just want you all to know I knew him very closely. I met him 64 years ago. And he's a neat guy, always has been, and always had camp in his heart. And so just let's think for a moment, let's think of maybe, I want to pull this off with him, Sue, but if we don't, think of Don Ferry. You know, it's his turn, and maybe that's the way it should be. Tonight we have a chance to do a tremendous job with the cheers, with the song. I know you're going to pull it off, so just have at it. Let's have a great council fire, okay? Yeah.
On that note, I think we should circle up. So if you guys
Circle up.
Circle shoulder to shoulder.